Good evening, everyone. My name is Manteja. I am studying second year mechanical engineering from JNTH College. Here I am to give presentation on MCCB, types of wires and cables and everything. And our faculty is G. Raju sir. First slide. MCCB, molded case circuit breaker. It is a electrical. It is an electric device which is used to protect the circuit from excessive current, which can cause a overload up to uh, 2500 amperes. It can be used for wide range of voltages and frequencies with adjustable to trip settings over there. These breakers are used for miniatures instead of miniature circuit breakers, and we discuss in later slide why they are used instead of MCBs. You can see the types are some we can say parts of MCCB. You can see some arcuate, moving contact, operating mechanism, base cover, terminal connector, overload, tripping, or bimetallic contact, or handle knob, manual trip button, or current transfer assembly. Mold case, here it is, you can see the upper and lower parts of the MCCB. You can see there a tripping button which is for on, off, and trip, and you can see the switching mechanism on the shown diagram over there. It is the overall structure of the MCCB here. Advantages of MCCB are they are handle very large amount of currents. They are instantly interrupt the very large amount of currents by tripping. They have a mobile tripping unit. They take very less time to do action. They are very precise and accurate to their function. They are compact. They are compact and take less space for setting or fitting. MCB is not for household purpose. They can be for domestic purpose, not for domestic purpose. Applications of MCB and MCCB. MCB is only for domestic purpose like home or small scale things. MCCB is for very big scale thing. For our better understanding, we go with a welding. Welding draws a very large amount of current that MCB can't. MCB drags only very less amount of current, like in a single room or some household things. So MCCB used in welding because it can handle high voltages and high currents, but here MCB can't. So the MCCB is an advanced model of MCB. MCB is advanced model of fuse. These all are installed only to protect the device from uh, undesired or abnormal currents from source. Wires and cables. Wire is a single insulated or a bare conductor inside a jacket. Cable is two or more insulated wire in a single jacket. You can understand by seeing the diagrams of those. The wire should have some minimum properties like elasticity, hardness, range, and stiffness. The important thing you can observe is they should have good tensile strength because they are to attract all those things. Next thing is single conductor car types, solid wires and standard wires. You can see some types of wires over there. Cables are used in every sector which are used in transporting electrical energy from one point to another. These cables are composed of material that are electrically conducting with an outer insulating cover. When cables are connected terminals to applications allows them carry a current into them. Cables are simply for understanding, they are for transmission of electrical energy. Types of electrical wire and cables. Where on conductor material you can call copper cable, aluminum cable and steel cable. General cable purpose, general purpose cable, armored cable, submerizable cables. Number of core, single core cable, two core cable, three core cable, multi core cable. Conductor type, solid cable. You can see here coaxial cable, CCTV cable, LAN cable, speaker cable, HDMI cable, telecom cable, earthing wire. These are based on cable function. Okay. Next we go with some different images of cables, or sorry, different types of cables. There are many things. You can see the audio cable for audio transfer, power cables which are used in laptops, display ports which are transfer of data in laptops, UVGA cables for used in projector, HDMI cables which are used in laptops, coaxial cable which have two axes for transfer of data. There are fiber cables also which are for transfer of signals in form of optics, and they are all for your viewing purpose. Now we go with important thing, earthing. Earthing is defined as the process in which the instantaneous discharge of electrical energy takes place by transferring charge directly to earth through low resistance. Low resistance earthing wire is chosen to provide the least resistance path to leak of fault current. So, in many transformers or many wirings, the fault current will generate sometimes. So, for discharging of those fault currents, we use the process of earthing. The instantaneously the excess current in that line will be discharged by the earth ground. You can observe all those things in the diagram: fault current, fault duration, surface thickness, and surface layer resistivity, and ground network which is installed. Earthing is very important to save the lines, to save the all the electrical transfer. You can see the types of these types of earthing: pipe earthing, plate earthing, strip earthing. So these are important types. There are many types, but these are important. Pipe is the best and most efficient way of earthing and is also easily affordable. Okay, by seeing these have a very efficiency compared to others. They are affordable. Earthing plate looks like a 38 diameter and a long 2-meter pipe which is inserted into the earth for grounding. Plate earthing, it will take a 3-meter depth dive, and it is made of cable. It is a big plate for it has a alternative layer of soak and salts for better earthing too. Strip earthing is used in transmission power process. Strip electrodes for cross section not less than 25 cross 16 of copper or etc. Steel are buried in horizontal trenches, like as you see in this slide. They are kept in horizontal trenches. So, for better earthing and for a good surface contact, you can see here all these are the first thing is MCCB is for protection of excessive load from source, and the next is the cables which are for transfer of charge to the system or appliances. First MCB, and the cables are for the transfer of charge to that devices. And next thing we go with, and next slide we go with next thing we go with earthing. If The MCB works good, and the wires are there. And the MCB is for appliances. For the very large terminals or very large lines, you can't use MCB, and it's not a good thing to think of that also. MCB purpose is different. We have everything for discharging of the those extra electrical energy. MCB is for closing the supply or making the circuit a closed circuit, so the transfer of charge don't take place. But in anything they make a open circuit for transfer of charge, and the happening of discharge is needed for the earthing purpose. And here I am signing, and thank you for all.